Ben, we're living in difficult times, in interesting times, but also times that provide us with opportunities to reevaluate our value system. There are loads of jobs that suddenly have gained importance, such as nurses and doctors whom we are applauding in so many countries around the world. There are so many also hidden jobs that we never really noticed before in terms of how important they are. I mean, people who collect our trash, people who do deliveries, people who work in grocery stores. I mean, without the people in grocery stores, we wouldn't have been able to hoard all of the toilet paper that so many of us bought a couple of weeks ago. Now, what are the hidden jobs in forestry, and how many toilet paper have you been hoarding?
Toilet paper, I can answer that one very easily. I just buy my toilet paper during a normal shop like everybody else should do. But the hidden jobs, what I call the hidden heroes, there's quite a few of those in the forestry world. And the products that we have in the shop wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them. They're the people who they plant the trees, they take the trees once they've been felled from the forest floor onto lorries, which then take them to the factories to make them into the products that we then buy in the shops. So a lot of heroes, hidden heroes in forestry as well. Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever been a hidden hero in your
I wouldn't call myself a hero, but I would say I've definitely done a lot of forestry jobs. I started off my career in forestry as an unskilled forestry worker. I've done planting jobs and the various jobs that I've just described. They're even making fences and digging ditches. Those are all the jobs that I've been involved in. Yes.
Okay, I've heard that those jobs can also be terribly dangerous.
Yes. Yeah. Forestry is still one of the most dangerous professions in the world. I remember when I started off, my training consisted of a 15-minute talk by a forester on how to use a chainsaw, which didn't even have a safety chain on it. And safety chain brake, for a chainsaw is very important. It's like having a car without a brake. And because it's a sharp tool, it cuts very easily. You can easily get injured. In fact, one of my friends in the first day, starting at the same time as I did, ended up in hospital for 3 months because he cut himself in the knee. So it can be a very dangerous profession. Yeah.
Wow. So nowadays you are CEO of PEFC, the world's leading forest certification system promoting sustainable forest management. Based on that experience, I imagine that health and safety must be tremendously important for you.
Absolutely paramount. I mean, you can't have sustainable forestry unless you have safe working conditions and safe working practices for forestry workers. So yeah, health safety is very important. Got to make sure people are properly trained, they've got the right equipment, they've got protection, so they don't cut themselves or don't get injured, wearing helmets or even against sound noise from chainsaws or from machinery. You've got to have the ear muffs and so on. You need training, you need the equipment, and you need to make sure that people have all those tools that they need to do the job properly and safely.
And that are all things that PFC then requires.
Absolutely, yeah. We require safe working conditions, knowing where all the hazards are. If you're dealing, with chemicals, you need to know what those products are. You need to have proper training. We don't really like using chemicals at all. In fact, we use them much less than agriculture and anywhere else. But if you are going to use them, you need to know and have the proper equipment in place to make sure that you don't damage the environment and you don't damage the forestry worker either.
And when it comes to provisions for labor, does it only cover health and safety, or do you go beyond that? I mean,
yeah, we go beyond that. I mean, forestry is a kind of work where people travel a lot to long distances to do work, as well as working with local people. It's seasonal work, therefore you have a lot of migrant workers, and we have conditions in place for sustainable forestry to make sure that those people are not exploited. They don't get paid less. They don't get discriminated against. Everybody gets treated fairly and equally on site, and that's what we really need to make sure that there's good working practices and people are treated fairly and equally at workplace as well.
I mean, that's certainly good to know, because I think many people would associate sustainable forestry with the environment. So the PEFC goes beyond that and also covers health issues, safety issues, right, labor conditions is definitely good to know. If I now would like to support your work, what can I do?
Oh, that's a very easy one. To support the work, you should be, the minute you're allowed to go back out to the shops and do your purchases, look for this logo on your packaging, on your furniture, on anything that's wood-based material. Look for that logo, and you know that you're going to be supporting safe working conditions, fair conditions for people working in the forests, and as well as all the environmental benefits as well. And that's a good thing to do.
Thank you so much for providing this information about health, safety, labor.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
You too. Thank you.